さぎスライムだよ。この動画は2025年3月3日の英語記録だよ。まずスクリプトなしで 0.75 倍速のシャドーイング、次にスクリプトありで等速の音読。何の教材を読んでるかは映像内のサムネイルや概要欄を確認してね。それじゃあレッツスタート。Hello everyone, this is the 8-minute English podcast series on the Learning English podcast channel. Did you know this today's video is over 8 minutes long? Don't to be surprised. This is a special episode to thank all loyal. I am Nathan, your host, and I am happy to be here today. Today,Let's talk about really popular topic. I can understand English, but I can't speak. Does this sound familiar? You watch movies, listen to songs, or even follow podcasts like this one, and you think, yes, I understand what they're saying. I know these words. Maybe you even know what they mean in language. But then,Someone asks you a question in English, or you try to speak. Suddenly, if you feel impossible, your brain freezes like it hits a pause button. The words you know, the word is you feel stuck, frustrated, even shy. Why does this happen? Understanding English in speaking is different skills.Speaking, it takes practice, courage, and patience. So today, we are going to explore this problem, how to move past it. Make sure this checks out episode of PDF and useful vocabulary to support you in English learning journey. Now, are you ready? Let's dive in.もうすでにひどいThe first reason is you are not speaking enough. Think about this. You probably watch tons of movies, listen to podcasts, spoke out aloud. Speaking is like a muscle. If you don't use it, it stays weak. You might understand every Netflix show yourself. Your brain panics. Second, you're probably afraid of messing up. Imagine this. You're in a coffee shop. You wanna order in English. You know exactly how to say, I'd like cappuccino please. But then the fear kicks in.What if they don't understand me? What if sounds silly? That feel like big words stop in if you speaking. In third, you're probably stuck in your first languages. Many learners thinking a first language, then translate it in English. This takes time, can make sentences sound unnatural. For example,in some languages, how old are you might translate it as what is your age. You can't the good news, this isn't forever. With practice, you'll find the voice. I'll talk about this in next podcast. First and most importantly, speak. Even if it's not perfect. I know you might be thinking, but if I say something wrong, let me start feel like they're going with perfect English. Is it message across? Distinct it, baby. Do they start with perfect grammar? No, they say want cookie.Why does this work? Because speaking, even with mistakes, trains your brain to put words together faster. It helps build fluency over time. There's the input hypothesis by researcher Stephen Crushers that suggests improve faster by focusing meaning and communication rather than perfect grammar. So now, how did you do it? Just start small. Practice simple sentences like I like pizza or I went to the park. Then you can build from the more you speak, the easier it gets. Next is shadowing native speakers. This is a really fun one. A lot of people have followed this message and progression. Here's how it works. Just listen to native speaker and immediately speak what they say. Copy a tone, rhythm, pronunciation. Just think about like this being like an echo. What it's all about is muscle memory. Mountain tongue get you sound all in English. Cross your real conversations flow. Here's real life example. Picture a podcast. Play it, repeat it, and try to sound exactly speakers. Even 1 minute a day make a big difference. Let's move another one trip. This is maybe many people practice speaking alone. But trust me, it works. Just start by describing in your day. For example, this morning I had breakfast. I ate eggs and toast. Or look around your name on object. This is a chair. It's brown. Let me explain why this helps. Speaking alone removes the pressure of speaking someone else. You can practice forming sentences. It's like training for a days without a not audience. I have a friend learning English who used to help plants every day. Hello plant, you look happy today. Sounds funny, right? But her speaking improved so much because she practiced every day without fear of judgment. 悲惨だ。で、次は等速でスクリプトを読みながら音読します。じゃあ行くよ。Hello everyone, this is the 8-minute English podcast series on the Learning English podcast channel. Did you notice today's video is over 8 minutes long? Don't be too surprised. This is a special episode to thank all our loyal viewers of the Learning English podcast. I am Nathan, your host, and I am happy to be here today. Today, let's talk about a really popular topic. I can understand English, but I can't speak. Does this sound familiar? You watch movies, listen to songs, or even follow podcasts like this one, and you think, yes, I understand what they're saying. I know these words. Maybe you even know what they mean in your own language, but then someone asks you a question in English, or you try to speak. Suddenly, it feels impossible. Your brain freezes like it hits a pause button. The words you know, where did they go? You feel stuck, frustrated, even shy. Why does this happen? Understanding English and speaking are different skills. Speaking takes more than just knowing the word. It takes practice, courage, and patience. So today we're going to explore this problem and how to move past it. Make sure to check out our useful vocabulary to support your English learning journey. Now, are you ready? Let's dive in. やっぱり早い。スクリプトあってもついていけないんだ。The first reason is you are not speaking enough. Think about this. You probably watch tons of movies, listen to podcasts, or read English subtitles. But when's last time you spoke out loud? Speaking is just a muscle. If you don't use it, it stays weak. You might understand every word in the Netflix shows, but when it's time to say something yourself, your brain panics. Second, you're probably afraid of messing up. Imagine this, you are in a coffee shop, you want to order in English. You know exactly how to say, I'd like a cappuccino please. But then your fear kicks in. What if they don't understand me? What if I sound silly? That fear is like a big wall stopping you from speaking. And third, you're probably stuck in your first languages. Many learners thinking in first language that translate into English that takes time and can make sense. For example, in some languages, how old are you? Might translated as what's your age. When you translate directly the good news, this isn't forever. With practice, you'll find your voice. I talk about this in the next part of the podcast. The first, as most importantly, speak even if it's not perfect. I know you might be thinking, but what if I said something wrong? Let me stop you right there. The goal isn't to speak perfect English, it's to get your message across. Just think of babies learning to talk for the first time. Do they start with perfect grammar? No, they say things like want cookie. People still understand them. Why? Because speaking, even with mistakes, trains your brain to put words together faster. It helps you build fluency over time. There's input hypothesis by our researcher Stephen Krashen. It suggests that language learners improve faster by focus on meaning and communication rather than perfect grammar. So now, how to do it? Just start small. Practice simple sentences like I like pizza or I went to the park. Then you can build from there. More you will speak. Next is shadowing native speakers. This is a really fun one. A lot of people have followed this method and made a lot of progress in their journey. Here's how it works. Just listen to native speaker and immediately repeat what they say, copying their tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Just think of like being their echo. So why does this work? It's all about muscle memory. Your mouth and tongue get used to forming the sound of English. Plus, you will have the chance to learn how real conversations flow. Here's a real-life example. Pick a short clip from your favorite movie or podcast. Play it, repeat it, and try to sound exactly like this speaker. Even when let's move on to another trick. This is what many people overlook: practice speaking alone. I get it, you might feel silly talking to yourself, but trust me, it works. Just start by describing your day. For example, this morning I had breakfast. I ate eggs and toast. Or look aloud your unnamed object. This is a chair, it's round. Let me explain why this helps. Speaking alone removes the pressure of speaking to someone else. You can practice forming sentences at your own pace. It's like training for a race without an audience. I have a friend learning English who used to talk to her. Hello plant, you look happy today? Sound funny, right? But her speaking improved so much because she practiced every day without fear of judgment. これが等速よ。しかもさ、ディクテーションやるために教材選んでた時とか、むしろこのスピーク動画って結構ゆっくり喋ってるように聞こえてたんだよね。だけどさ、自分が喋ってみるってなると全然喋れないわ。驚き。は今日のところはこんな感じ。これでも一応2時間ちょっと練習してから臨んでるんだけど、まあ今日はこのくらいだったっていうことで、以上自分の英語記録でした。じゃあまた。